Hello, you guys, and welcome to my new episode. And today I'm so excited because I have one of my favorite people on my show today. She's from American Idol, and you may know her from the country scene and also in some movies as well. Her name is Janelle Arthur. Give it up for my guest today.
Hey, so glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. I got to tell you, when you said yes to coming on, and I got the email, I looked at it because I hadn't been on my phone for a while that day. I was in a Bucky's, and it was like midnight, and I
Love
it
Bucky's.
was the most there was it was so chaotic in there when I was looking at my
Oh,
email. I was
I
like, oh my
know.
gosh, she said yes to coming on, and literally, I've never in my life seen so many people in a store at midnight in the middle of the
Oh,
night.
I know. It is absolutely unreal. How Bucky's is just slammed all the time because they know
Yes.
how good it is and they know how clean the bathrooms are. That's why people go to Bucky's. I
Yes.
think they know the food is good, there's stuff to buy, and the gas is cheap. I mean, it's just everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me and
it's
yeah, me and my husband, we stopped there because he wanted something to eat. And I was gonna get me something to eat too, but then I was so happy about the email. Lord, I walked out and I forgot to even get me anything to eat.
I know. Oh, that's so
I was
sweet.
like, oh
No,
my God,
it
that's
means
so
so much
exciting.
that you asked me to do it, and yeah, thank you so much.
I know your season of Idol is one of my all-time favorite seasons.
Oh,
I call it the Queen's season.
yeah, yeah. I know. I feel like it's really crazy because I really feel like so many people, some people stopped watching the show that season because of the judges dynamic. And so it was really sad because I felt like we did have a lot of really good talent that year, but people just, we still had millions of viewers. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was still an incredible exposure. But at the same time, I'm like, wow, yeah, I felt so blessed to be there amongst everyone, just all the talent, and especially going on the tour with everybody. It was just got to hear them sing every night. So,
I know that's one of my biggest regrets from your season is that I didn't get to go see you guys at the Bridgestone. And you want to know why? It's because
oh,
nobody, one of my friends that would have gone with me, he couldn't go with me. And I was like, I can't go to the
mm,
Bridgestone by myself.
you
And
could
like
have done it.
now you will catch me at the Bridgestone by myself. I will
Yes,
go to a concert
yeah.
by myself. I love going to shows and stuff now. So yeah,
Well,
I
it's
wish I could have
okay
went with
though.
you.
They still have it on. I think there's like little clips on YouTube and stuff. So,
Oh yeah, they're everywhere. Because I love on y'all season. They even let somebody from the semifinals even come on tour with you guys.
yes, Aubrey
Yes, because I was
Cleveland.
so sad when she didn't make it. Because I know
I
that
know.
you, Aubrey, Amber, I don't know if I'm forgetting it, Candace, you
Angie,
guys, and
Candace, and Angie.
you guys all like tried out multiple times. So the fact that you made it to the
Yes.
tour was so exciting. I was so
Yes,
happy for
yes,
you
but yeah,
guys.
it was the ones that did it multiple times. Me, Candace, and Aubrey. Yeah, we were the ones that had auditioned quite a few times, and yeah, Aubrey. I was so bummed when she wasn't, on the show with me because we were roommates all through like top 40, top 60, top 40, and we got so close, and then we ended up. Just being right back on the tour together. So I was so grateful because she and we've remained friends this whole time. We keep in touch, and yeah, so she's just the best, beautiful inside and out. So I was so happy to have her on the tour as well. So we had just the best time.
Yeah, and she's doing really well too. She has been in some movies and everything. There was this one
Yes,
scary movie, I think it was on Netflix. What was it called? It was the one where it was I think it was called The Affair. Oh, Lord,
I
he was so crazy.
I believe it. But listen, I don't watch scary movies, so that's probably why I hadn't seen that one.
I
But
love
yeah,
a good
she
scary
is. Yeah,
movie.
she does modeling and acting and everything, and she's just such an incredible singer. She's so good. Her voice is amazing. So
Yeah, I have to tell y'all, from your season, the very first hard-earned check I ever got outside of working with my family, where I had to go out and get a job myself, and it was in a warehouse, and I
Mhm.
hated it. Oh my gosh, I hate it. I used that money. The first thing I ever bought, I went to Walmart. I got two CDs, and
Yeah.
one of them was Little Mix. I don't know if you know who that is. It's a girl group from the UK that was on
Yes.
X Factor, and the other
Yes.
one was y'all's Zine Pack. Do you remember that? The Zine Packs?
Yes, that like it came with all the pictures and stuff.
Yeah, and
Or
it was the top 10 from your season.
yes, yes, I remember that. I remember doing that
Yeah.
photo shoot. I remember doing that.
Yes. Those pictures
Yeah, it
were
was
so
fun.
cute. I love the cute like jeans outfits and stuff.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun.
Yeah. I wish they could have made a song for Aubrey though on that album.
I
But
know they
y'all's
should
music from that
have.
season is still on iTunes or not iTunes. It's still on Apple Music and
Oh
everything.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I mean, my husband he downloaded everything while I was on the show, or most of it, I guess. And every now and then it'll come on his playlist. I'm like, well, flash from the past. So
Oh yeah, I
blast
have
from
it
the
all because I
past.
got yeah, I have it all because I got it. I got it all because that was back when iTunes was still a thing because Apple Music wasn't around back then.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
exactly. It was just
there.
Spotify. Yeah.
I know music has changed so much. It all is streaming now. And I remember being
I
so
know.
excited about getting a CD and now it's gone to vinyls and music's just changed so much. It's all digital.
It is. It is, and
Yeah.
it's unbelievable how many streams you have to have in order to even make any money back. I mean, it is because we spend thousands of dollars on songs. I mean, I know of some independent artists. This is not this. I'm not included in this. I've spent close, similar amounts, not this much, but I know people that are just even independent artists, paying producers and people $5,000 per song just to record, and that's probably not even including the musicians and the studio time and everything that you put in. I mean, it's thousands of dollars, and then I mean, there sometimes it might take you a year to make $1,000, just a
Yeah.
thousand. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty unreal when you think about it, how streaming has affected what we do, and it's sad because art is so important. I mean, it's just. I hope that people well. I hope things change eventually because we've got to be able to help support artists because we're poor. Sometimes we're pouring from such an empty cup.
Yeah, I still will go on iTunes and support the artists that I really like and buy them. Even though I stream music, I still will go for my faves. I will go on there and I'll be
Yeah.
like, okay, here's my $1.41 for a song
Oh yeah.
after tax. And I'm like, it's
Yeah.
not that bad. Like I love supporting the artists because I've always been that way. I think also because I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm a millennial. So we always went and supported our artists and are
That's
used to
right.
buying the music.
That's right. We're so used to that. And now, I mean, if streaming's all you've ever known, then it's like I understand that, like that your mindset's just not there. But and that's probably just hard to kind of get into that mode of like, oh, I need to buy something physical, or I need to do something like that. Um, I was thinking something about just CDs, but it left my mind because I have mom brain now. So
I used to love going out getting a good CD. Like when you open it up and you see the
oh,
book with the art and stuff, and then you get to see all the people that helped make one song, like each. You would see all the writers, all the producers who did like
yes,
you could see like who played like all the instruments. I thought it was so interesting. I used to love seeing like who did background vocals and things like that because sometimes it's somebody
exactly.
you've heard of before.
Exactly. I know. I mean, even yeah, I think of there are a lot of people who have done backgrounds in the past, and then then they ended up going on and doing solo stuff. And I've done a lot of backgrounds myself for different artists, and there been sometimes like I don't even think I was credited even on Spotify a couple times, just because I guess it got
Wow.
lost in the mix or whatever. But um, yeah, so I mean, it's really cool when you can have the physical copies. I wish we could somehow go back to that, but it is what it is, and we can just if we can just find ways to sort of just make the money back that we've put into it, then that's enough.
Yeah. Because it's I remember the days where it just hits so much different waiting for a song to come out at midnight versus when you would pull up to Target and wait for those doors to open because I'm ready for that deluxe to be on that shelf and I hope they
Oh,
have it.
I know it's so sad that everything is just so instant. All the instant gratification and something. That's what I was thinking earlier about. You were talking about, I'll pay the $1.29 or whatever it is for the single, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, like we spend $5 and $6 and $7 on iced coffees that we just drink and we're done, like just one. And so it's like you pay a dollar, $1.29 for a song that you can have forever that someone put their heart and soul into. It's like it's just kind of messed up how we our value of art and music and stuff. But I'm so glad that you love music and that you appreciate the artists. It really means a lot. And
Yeah.
it was heartwarming to know that you've been a fan since Idol, because that's been a long time now.
Yeah, it has been. Like I remember even going back to season 10, but
Hmm.
then like watching your story on there, you've been singing like pretty much like all your life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, like I don't remember not singing. I don't remember a time when I wasn't trying to sing or make up songs, or sing harmony. I don't remember ever not doing that. And there are videos of me from before I could even talk. I was trying to sing. So, yeah, it's just something I've always done, and I'm very grateful that I had two parents that encouraged me. They didn't force me to do it. It wasn't something that I felt controlled by. It was just something that I always wanted to do, and they would do whatever they could to help make it happen. So
Yeah, I loved the family dynamic they would show when you were on Idol. Like, the video pieces before the performances, like when your parents would be on there. And I was like, oh
yeah.
my God, they seem so nice. And like you're so nice. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, your parents have some type of magic. Cause like you just
Oh,
seem so like you just seem so nice and like very humble. Like that's just
thank
something I
you.
always noticed, like very talented, nice, and humble. And you don't see people like that all the time in the industry.
You really don't. You don't. I mean, I've gotten to the point where it's just so rare to meet people that, are kind and warm and positive and just have a friendliness to them and a humility that, when I find those people, I hold on to them. And then honestly, if I meet new people that I don't get those vibes from, I'm out. I just don't. I'm too old. I'm too. I've been doing this for too long. I've been in too many rooms where I felt, just an uneasiness, and so I definitely cling to that now. That type of energy. I don't have time for anything else really.
Yeah, the industry's just so tough. And it's sad because a lot of the artists, they're just there because they just want to get their art out and they want to tell their stories and stuff like that. And there's just so many like politics that go into the industry. And I'm like, when is it gonna change?
I know. I mean, I think being like we were talking about earlier, just being able to make a decent living doing, something even on a small scale, that would change probably, because I feel like so many people try to get to the top because it's almost like that's the only way that you can really sustain doing this forever. I mean, it just depends on like as far as like being an artist, songwriter, wanting to be on stage, hopefully if you want to win awards or whatever, you have to do it at a certain level. But yeah, it's a crazy industry, but I've never known anything different. So I just try to find my people and do the best that I can to remain grounded.
Yeah. And your country music influence, does it had to, I mean, because you're from Tennessee, because you're from
Hmm.
Oliver Springs.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever been to Oliver Springs. I'm from Murfreesboro. I've just moved to
Yeah.
Gallatin about a year ago.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
like it here. It's so peaceful. Murfreesboro was
Yeah.
just getting a little too busy for me if you've ever been there before.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So my hometown's Oliver Springs, and I've been a little right outside of Nashville now for like I don't know how many years, 16 years now. Um, so I'm settled here. My husband is originally from here. His whole family's here. So I'm very settled. But my hometown is. Have you ever heard of Oak Ridge?
Yes.
So it's right. Oliver Springs is right beside Oak Ridge. Pretty much, if we wanted to do anything, we had to go to Oak Ridge because there wasn't as much to do in Oliver Springs.
Oh, I love that though. Like a small town.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I
I
still
love it. I
love
love
going
good
back there
small
though.
town. Yeah. I love being super close to Nashville though, because Nashville's great. I love going there. There's so many places to eat and so many
Right.
things to do, and Broadway's fun in the middle of the day. I don't know about at nighttime, but it is fun in the middle of the day sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, and I mainly was glad that, I was in this area because I wanted to write, and that's what brought me to Nashville, was because I knew that I wanted to write music. Um and so I just thought I want to be able to be close to write with people. A lot of people live out in Franklin, so I wrote out in Franklin quite a bit. And Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of one of those things that I like, that I'm a little outside of Nashville, so that I'm not dealing with as much of the hustle and bustle, but I'm still close enough to work, like to be close to work. And then, like, I'm only like 20 minutes from the Grand Ole Opry, so when I would play there, it was pretty convenient. So
Were some of the pictures in the movie, the 5 Date Rule, were some of those pictures of you at the Grand Ole Opry? Because I know one was from Idol,
yes,
from You Keep Me Hanging
yes.
On, I think.
Yes, and a lot of the pictures are from the Opry. I think there's one of with me and Larry Gatlin,
Yeah.
when I was doing the country classics at the Ryman. So yeah, we used a lot of those pictures, and the pictures with me and Dolly.
Yes.
So yeah, that was fun.
I love her. She's such an icon.
I know, she's the
She's
best.
great. She's like a superhuman to me. Like she just represents everything that's just good in this world to me.
That's right. You're so right.
Yeah.
I mean, and I just feel like we don't even think about, like, we're like, okay, she's never gonna die, because she's just like this superhuman, like you're saying, and she's like this character that's gonna live forever. And so yeah, it's like the world, hopefully it's a very long time from now, but I'm like, she's such a light in this world. The world will be a darker place without her in it. So she's just such a good human. And um yeah.
Yeah, one of her movies is one of my favorite movies, Steel Magnolias. I
Yes. Oh
love that
my God, that's a
movie.
classic. That's a classic. Yeah.
Yes. And I love Dollywood. I've been there
Yeah.
once. I will
Yeah.
say, I'm so sorry, Queen Dolly, but I couldn't do Wild Eagle. I just cannot do these crazy rides. I can't do
I
it.
know. No, I can't do the rides either. I used to ride everything. I mean, and I cannot do it anymore. I did a front flip the other day in the floor, and I thought, that's my last one. That's the last one I'm ever going to do. Uh, it rocked my world. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I get my equilibrium it gets so off. But yeah, I do love going and just walking around and looking at everything and going into the little shops. And they have the pastries and everything, the bakery, and the shows are always so good. My friend Heidi Parton, she has her own show there, so I always love to go see her show. And yeah, just kind of like walking around, it just feels like my childhood, because I got
Yeah.
my start portraying a young Dolly in a show about her life there at the park when I was 8, 9, and 10 years old. So I was like doing shows and then riding roller coasters in between shows, and it was just a great childhood experience, honestly.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun performing and then getting on roller coasters and stuff. And that's
Yeah.
such a good like childhood memory.
Yeah, it really is. And then it's even when I went to perform on the main parkway in Pigeon Forge, I went to a show called Country Tonight, and I still got in for free at Dollywood because I was working in the area. And so I would just, on my days off or before my shows, I would go and take a friend, and we would go to Dollywood. We'd hang out, until I couldn't hang out anymore. And I'd go to work at 11, 12 years old.
Yeah. I know that Dolly's like one of your biggest inspirations, but who are some of your other musical inspirations that you grew up listening to that really influenced you?
Well, Vince Gill, I remember loving him from just the time I was a little baby. And then Eva Cassidy, I grew to know about her when I was older. Um, and she really inspired me a ton, because of her ability to make just cover songs her own. And it just really, it took my brain to a different place. It's like, when you're working at a restaurant, and you say you're working at Chick-fil-A, when you leave there, you're not going to want to even think about Chick-fil-A. You're not going to want to eat Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying? So when I was not doing shows and I was doing my country shows all day long, I'd get into my car and I just needed something fresh. I needed something that was different from the stuff I was doing in the show. And I would always listen to just everything. I was listening to everything from the Eagles to gospel, Southern gospel, oh goodness, just pop, rock, everything. And so I really grew a lot as a vocalist and a writer, I think, at that time, when I was listening to just other things too. So a lot of my influence, I love Michael Jackson. I have always just loved his music, and then especially after he died, I really started listening to him a lot more. Um, of course, I love the '90s country. Just this, the all your '90s country artists, they influenced me so much. Um, Faith Hill, Shania Twain, Leanne Womack. I mean, all of them. Just you could just group them all together because that was my childhood. And I'm trying to think who else. Yeah, that's pretty much those are my favorites. Yeah, every all the '90s country people for sure.
Yeah, I love everybody that you listed, like Faith Hill,
Mhm.
especially because you can tell like the
Yes.
way she sings, like it just you can tell like she came from like the church. Like I love the way
Yes.
she sings, like
Yes.
her, Martina McBride,
Yes.
Leanne Rhymes. I love all of them. Like I
Yes. And
love
I will
all the
say
big
this.
voices.
I will say this. There's not a single person in country music. I mean, maybe like Chris Stapleton, like he's the like equivalent of what she did soul wise. Like, there's no female in country music that's been like since Faith that's like done exactly what she did. I mean, that girl, her range is insane.
Yes.
And just the roundness and the fullness and the richness of her tone is just it's unmatched, honestly.
I had the privilege of seeing her live as a surprise because do you remember like you know how like when Taylor Swift puts on shows, she always brings out a guest at each show.
Yeah,
At the
yeah.
Nissan Stadium, she brought out Faith Hill and they were singing Tim McGraw together. But then Tim McGraw came out and I was like, oh my
Yes.
gosh. Yes.
I know. One time I was at a movie theater and Tim and Faith were sitting right behind me.
Oh
And
my
I was
gosh, that's
like,
so funny.
I wanted to say something, but I didn't. Like, I'm that
Oh,
person that I won't say anything because I just never want someone to think I'm weird or whatever. And then I always regret it. Later, I'm just like, why didn't I say something?
I'm
But
that person. I always like, even if it's like slightly awkward because I'm a little shy, I'll be like, "Hi, are you such and such?" Like, and then
that's
I'm like, "Oh my
good.
gosh, can we like take a picture or anything?" And if they say
Yeah.
no, I never, ever, ever get offended because they're out,
Yeah.
out and about and things like that. So I never,
Right.
ever, ever get offended. I remember I was on a plane once. And I was sitting next to this girl and she looked so familiar. And I just could not remember. I was like, were we friends once? And I was like, what? I know her from somewhere. And they would come around and ask us what we want to drink. And then I look at my music collection. I was like, I know her from somewhere. And I was like, oh my goodness, she won The Voice. And when the
Yeah.
plane landed, I was like, are you Danielle Bradbury? And she was like, yes. And I was like, and I didn't want to be like, oh my God, on the plane. So I was like, Lord, after a flight, we all just want to get off that plane and get out of there. I just went like this.
Right.
I was like, I'm a really big fan and I bought your CD.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
left it at that.
Yes. Well, that means a lot to us. Like when we are out, and if somebody likes our music and they want to take the time, it means a lot. I don't know. It's like something about it for me. I feel like because I'm an artist, I feel like they're going to think that I want something from them. So
Mm-hmm.
it's different from just being a fan, being like, I love your music, or me being like, hey, I'm a singer too. You don't want someone to think that you're trying to capitalize on on that and use them in any way. So I think that's kind of why I tend to be more reserved about it. But
Yeah, because I've actually thought about that too. Whenever I've been reaching out to people to come on the show that I've been doing, it's really
mhm.
new. So I just started it a little while ago, and I've been reaching out to like a variety of different people because in the beginning, all my friends were like, "You should just stay in one lane," and I was like, "I will not be boxed in on my show." I was
That's
like, "I need
right.
everybody. I want singers, actors, dancers. I want everybody from the industry to come on, and
Yes.
we can have a nice chat."
That's great. I love
Yeah.
that. I love that. You do you. You do your thing, and find the people that you want to talk to, and you'll be more proud of, the product, and you'll be more fulfilled by what you're doing.
I know, and you're definitely you're one of my favorites that have ever been on Idol. And I
Oh,
remember your season. I do remember what you like when going back to what you said earlier. I do remember a lot of people that I know had stopped watching it at that point because of the judge shakeup and things like that.
yeah,
But I personally liked when I love a good like when they change things up a bit because I don't I
yes,
adapt really well to change. So it
mm-hmm,
doesn't bother me when they change things up a bit.
yeah,
So I really liked the dynamic, but I remember with the four judges, I do feel like the little bit of drama that was going on between the judges, I do think it kind of overshadowed with the media, the people that were actually on the show
yes. It
and
was
the
the drama.
contestants.
It was the drama that turned people off. They just didn't want to see all that, and
Yeah.
they didn't want it to be. They wanted to see the talent, and they didn't want to see, just uh, the judges, rolling their eyes at each other and doing all that. And I mean, there really was drama. I mean, it wasn't just for the cameras.
Yeah.
We saw it behind the scenes,
Yeah, I
and
remember seeing that on TMZ.
yeah, it was real. I mean, they really didn't get along, and you know, that just happens sometimes. There's so much female competition when it comes to the entertainment industry. So
Yeah. So what was the dynamic like when you auditioned for them versus Steve and Jennifer and Randy? Like, what was the dynamic like? Because the season that you made it all the way to fifth, it's like something just like locked in where you're like, I'm locked in for this season. This is my year. Because now they did you dirty on season 11. They barely showed you when you came back.
yeah, they didn't show me. I think the difference was is I just stuck right. A lot of times you go, okay, American Idol, they do different rounds and they do different weeks, they do different themes, and so in Hollywood week you're going, I need to show them everything I'm capable of, and I need to show them I can do this kind of song and I can do that kind of song, and I really think they just need at the Hollywood level in the very beginning they just want to know who you are, and so I had to just stick with only doing country music. And I think that's what changed it for me, was just really establishing how they could portray me on the show, how they could, categorize me. Because there's always this type of person, that type of person. There's always like the punk, there's always the indie, there's always like, more pop girl, country girl, more quirky type artist, or, rock. I mean, it's just everything. I mean, you have to kind of fit that mold. And even though I did fit the mold, I was trying to just, in the years before that, I was just trying to show them what I was capable of. I'd done, I tried, just like I did with You Keep Me Hanging On. I mean, I like to make songs my own, but at the same time, just doing a song that was not in the country genre before they said it's time. That that was what I think made the difference when I just stuck with country music, because everything matched. Like they hear me talk, and I talk like this, and then they hear me singing. Like I think season 11, I did like a Lady Gaga song, and at one point, and so I just think it just got confusing for them, and they're like, "How do we, you know, portray? How like what does she represent? Like what audience is she gonna grab?"
Yeah.
Um, and so I think that's probably what happened. And also, I just think, um, the producers at the end of the day, um, they remembered me, and they liked what I was doing. And there was a producer one time, and he came up to me. He was like, "Man," he was like, "You really got a raw deal last year. You shouldn't have been eliminated or whatever." Like, And so I was like, "Well, thank you." And the next thing you know, I made it to the top 5. So yeah.
Yeah, because what Nikki said about you on a live show is so right. I think I was honestly really shocked the 2 seasons that you didn't make it, but I was so glad you made it on the season that you did. But what Nikki said about you on a live show is so right because you are like you just fit the mold of what the show is looking for. And on top of that, like you do come across as like every girl's like best friend. Like you're like everybody can relate to you and you're just so
That's sweet.
relatable and you have like such a fun vibe. And I totally agreed with that because
Oh,
I rewatched all your performances today. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of the performances on YouTube don't have like the judges comments with them. And if they do,
yeah.
they're recorded with whatever phone was popular back then that isn't like the greatest anymore. But if you go on Daily Motion, all your performance videos with the judges' comments are on there in HD.
Thank you for that because I need those someday.
Yes, I'm like, if
I need to get a compilation of some things.
yes, if you need to go screen record your journey, go on. Have you ever
I
heard of Daily
do.
Motion?
I haven't.
Okay,
I
so
need
it's
to do
basically like
that.
YouTube. Just go on, you
Okay.
like go on Google. I just
Yeah.
typed in Janelle Arthur American Idol, and all your Daily Motion videos came up. And it's not some crazy virus site; it's legit. Um,
Okay.
but it has all your videos, but they're all in HD quality, and they're all. It's got the video pieces, the performances, and the judges all after it because somebody uploaded your whole season on there, but they broke it down performance by performance, and they have all the results shows and everything on there.
Thank you to whoever did that. Wow. See, I had someone,
Yes.
like a family friend, that recorded everything, but it's on like a DVD. And I don't
Yeah.
have a DVD player, you know what I'm saying, anymore.
Right.
So, but yeah, no, I really need to look those up.
I'll email
Um,
you a link. After this, I'll
that'd be
email
great.
you a link
That'd be
that
great.
starts. The playlist of your season is uh it doesn't seem to play in order. It plays in reverse. It starts from the winner all the way to the audition.
Oh my, that's crazy. Did they have my performance with the band Perry on there for the
Yes,
finale? Oh,
they
great.
do.
That's awesome. Because the one
Yeah.
that I have, it's just not the best quality.
Yeah, they have
The
it.
one. Okay, I need to see that.
On your season of Idol, were
Hmm.
you and the other ladies, like especially once you got to the top 10, maybe even top 40, were y'all aware of the buzz that you were creating that a girl might really do this year? Because it had been a while since a girl won. And year after year after year, no offense to the boys, because I love a good prince, but I was
Yeah,
really wanting a girl to win again.
I know, and yeah, we were thinking that, and I kept, trying to throw little things out there, just to kind of almost get in the subconscious of the producers and stuff. And I'd be like, oh, it'd be really cool if it was like an all female top 10. Then it's going to be a girl, like.
Yeah.
And I think that they knew they couldn't do a all female top 10, so they went with the top 5. They pushed it for there to be females in the top 5, and I think it all just worked out that way, and we were all so excited. And none of us were. That was the most unbelievable thing. Is, I mean, I have experienced some of the most catty, you know, artists, female artists, and honestly, it was unbelievable how little, like, just drama, cattiness that there was. I mean, like, there was none. There was none of that. And I really think a lot of it stemmed from the fact that we were all like just going through it together. We were just surviving. It's the
Yeah.
it's the hardest schedule I've ever done, and I've done a lot of hard schedules. I've done, 2 shows a day, 7 days a week for 40 days straight, and done almost 400 shows in a season, um, before in Pigeon Forge, and that was still so much harder. And so we were all just, I think, surviving and getting through it together, and that was really how. I mean, not only were those girls just incredible anyway, good-hearted and sweet people, but I do think that the actual dynamic of the show just made us go, hey, we're all in this together. We just got to make it through today. We just got to survive. So,
I know. I was always so scared. I was like, who is going to be the first girl to go from the 5? And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so, because there was one night, it was before top 5, it was top 7 when it
hmm.
came down to you and Burnell. I wasn't able to actually watch. So what I was doing was I was keeping up on my phone with this live blog that was doing a live blog of every moment. And they said it come down to you and Burnell. I was like, oh my goodness, stop Janelle and Burnell. I was like, oh no.
I
Because I thought
know.
Burnell was going to be the last guy standing.
Burnell. I love
Yeah.
Burnell.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we've stayed in touch pretty good too since the show. Um, yeah, I mean, you just stand there and you just go, okay, it's either happening or it's not. And uh, fun fact, my version of "You Keep Me Hanging On," um, the person that was that helped record that song for me just happened to be the son of one of the men that wrote that song.
That's so cool.
And so when I was talking about doing it, one of the producers they were like, "Well, you know that's like Bo's dad that wrote that song." And I was thinking, I was already working with Bo the whole time on the show, and I was like, "No, I didn't know that." And so anyway, he had let me know that after the actual show, you do the downloads and everything. My song got the most downloads of that week. Um, and I only know that because I knew the son of the writer.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have been able to have that information or know that. And it was really interesting that I was in the bottom two the week right after that, because that I think that would have been the next week. It was either the next week or 2 weeks later that I was in the bottom. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But it's just like everything translates different, And some people, they get to where they think they don't need to vote as hard, and they're like, "Oh, they're fine. Oh, they're good. They're doing well. They don't need my vote tonight." So you just kind of never know. But that was an interesting thing on my end. But it was really cool because I got to do that, and he texted me. I said, "Will you tell your dad thank you for writing that song?" And he said, "To tell you that you're welcome and thank you for singing it." And he said, "And that your version is his favorite."
I love that
And so
because on the show
I was just dead.
you said you came up with that type of arrangement when you were 14?
14,
That's
yes.
crazy. At 14, I was like probably annoying my mom somewhere with nothing. And you're over here composing miracles.
Oh my, I'm telling you, I was listening to the Kim Wilde version of it, and then just doing production shows, like having the background of production and working with incredible people like my friend Matt Davenport, and just the way that his brain worked, and it just really, I just started like singing this version of it, but I couldn't play guitar, so I got my uncle to like help me figure it out. And I was like, "Okay, it's like this, and it's that chord. No, it's not that chord. It's that, yeah, that one, that chord." And like just had to figure it out. Then later on, I started playing it on my own. Hence why I was able to actually play it on the show. So,
Yeah.
but that was so fun. It was such a cool moment because to it was almost like 10. I've been like singing it for almost 10 years at that point.
Yeah. It's great. For everybody that is wondering about this, it is still on streaming and it
Yeah.
is on the tunes somewhere. If you would like to buy it as well, please go listen to it because it's the miracle that you never knew you needed.
Oh, I really wish I had re-recorded that. I really should have done my own recording of that so that I could have somehow, um, kind of brought people over to my page. You know what I mean? So I should have probably done that, but maybe I will someday. You never know.
Yeah, because your season was different. Your season was the only season where when they did the judges' saves, they never used it your year,
No, they didn't use it.
which I was so disappointed because it's there for them to use. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I thought maybe I was like, oh my gosh, are they really pushing for their top three that they really want and not using it like we all think that they're going to use? Because I think the last time they could have used it was at the 4. No, or the 5 was the last time they could have used it,
The
right?
last time they could have used it was the week after I was gone. Actually, what was it? No.
No, something happened. I think there was something that happened. There was something that
It was
happened with the results.
it was that they did use it, I guess. Wait, what? It was something. You're right. It was something strange, and it was like it
Eh,
showed you that I could have been on there an extra week. Is really
Yeah,
what it boiled down to. Is that I could have been on there another week. It wouldn't have hurt anything, but they
yeah.
needed me out of there. I was I was doing too many interviews where people were asking me, what do do you think that they'd use a save on you? And I was like, no, no way. They're not going to use the save on me. So I don't know. I think they were like, this girl she's running her mouth too much. We need to get her out of here.
Oh gosh. No, it was so hard between the five girls. Like it was just so hard because everybody was so amazing. Like I love Candace. And they took her album off streaming, but luckily, like I said, Gen Z, I bought it on iTunes back in the day, so I still have it.
Good. See, benefits. Yes.
I don't know why they snatched this stuff off of streaming. Anybody that was on the Interscope days, a lot of their music was gone and then like reappeared. So I'm not sure what happened to that.
That
Somebody
is
better call Jimmy and see what's going on.
that is wild. Honey, Jimmy don't know. He don't have a clue probably about it. He don't know. He's just doing whatever they tell him to do.
Oh
So,
my goodness. That's so crazy. But yeah, I think you had a phenomenal run on your season. And then I really wish I could have seen you guys on tour. And then after that, you started releasing your own original music. There was a song that you put out called What You Asked For, and I loved that song. I remember I like played that song over and over all the time. I have a list of like my favorite songs that you've done. It was
okay.
What You Asked For, DNA, and What Would Dolly Do. I love the cover arts for those as well because
Thank
I
you.
love
Jamie
pink.
Lit.
Chasing Ghosts,
Oh,
Hand Me Downs, of course. I mean, come on. I mean,
yes.
yes. But there's a song that you put out last year called Who You Ask.
Yes.
I love that song. It's so
Oh,
relatable. I just feel like I mean, you just really nailed it with the lyrics. I mean, that song is just, I feel like it's like you're like a journey all in one song.
thank you. That's one of those songs that I genuinely like. I didn't think I would ever release. It didn't seem like a single to me. It just seemed like something. It was like a stream of consciousness. Like I was just writing it, and I wrote it like over a year, probably, or 9 months, something like that. Like um, I just kept trying to pour my heart out, really, and just kind of talk about what I was going through, and I really tried my hardest to not try to like conform to the Nashville way of like writing songs and like the rules, the unspoken rules that we have with writing songs, because I was like, no, I'm just going to, this song is for me. And then I thought, there are probably some writers and friends that might relate to this song, so I shared it like with couple people, very few people. And one of my friends, Adam Wheeler, he really encouraged me. He was like, I think you need to do all the things with this song.
Yeah, like
So,
all your originals are no skips. No
oh,
skips. They're all so
you're
good.
you're
It has such a
sweet.
good flow. Like
Thank
all
you.
your original songs have such a good flow together. Cause I'm telling you, like your voice is, I mean, it's so good.
You're so kind. Thank you. That means a lot. I mean, I wish I could have recorded more songs, but like I said, it just takes a lot of money, and it takes like people believing in you, um and so if you don't have if you don't have, I don't know, a ton of money, it's hard to just keep putting out songs. I've never even made a record. I've never made a record. And so I hope maybe someday I can. Um, but also I'm such a song first person that it's hard to create like an album of all similar sounding songs, because I just feel like all of my strongest songs are just kind of all over the place, and that's hurt me as an artist, because I like to do everything, and sometimes you have to kind of be just, you have to stay in your lane, and you have to stay in that specific lane. So one day, if I have enough songs that sound like they would go together on an album, then maybe I'll do it if I can find the money. So,
And we'll be ready. We'll be
well,
so ready. I didn't even know. I didn't even know that you had acted too. So how did the movie 5 Date Rule come along?
it's really interesting. So my manager got a call one day from a friend of hers who is in publishing, and she was talking about how she really felt like I would be perfect for this lead role that was that Donna Douglas Walkley was looking for. So Donna Douglas is a songwriter. She wrote one of the songs on one of Faith Hill's records, and she was wanting to tell her story about how she was a songwriter and how she met her husband on a dating site.
That's right, because it was based on a true story.
Yes, yes. And so it's Donna's story. And so she wanted to, she was like, she told her friend that was my manager's friend, she said, I really want to find someone who is in the industry. And if they are a singer, songwriter, whatever, she was like, I really think they would, you know, relate to my story more. And so Janie is who I'm talking about. She told my manager, she said, or she told Donna, she said, I really think you should look at Janelle Arthur. So Donna looked at my previous movie I had done called Running from My Roots. And she looked at that, and that was kind of my audition. She was like, yeah, I want her. So
Yeah.
that was really sweet, because I mean, I don't know. I think that showed a lot of faith. I think that, yeah, I wouldn't have thought anything about her saying, no, I'd like for you to read for this. That's pretty typical. But it was just like God's hand was really in it, because it really challenged me. And also it gave me something. I was 7 months postpartum. And it gave me something, to kind of do that was, separate from, momming it up so much, and just kind of step back into a little bit more of that creative mode. And I love to be challenged. So it was a great challenge. And then I met some of the best people ever. So that was all just a great experience.
Yeah, the cast was great, and I loved the scenes where you were going on all those bad dates. The pastor one took me clean out. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, and that's my friend Kyle, that was the preacher, and he is actually on that show. It's the Magnolia show.
I know what you're talking about. It's on
What is it?
Netflix.
Sweet Magnolias.
I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. And yeah, he's on that show right now, and that show's doing really, really well. But yeah, he was the preacher in that movie. And then Jason Berkey, who played my opposite, he was also in The Road Less Traveled with Lauren Elena. So I was the second American Idol girl that he had been in a movie with. But Jason's just fabulous. And I feel like so blessed that I had, in the 2 movies that I did where I was the lead role, I had just such great people around me.
Yeah, the lawyer one was so relatable, because I've been on a date like that before, and I promise, I was like,
I know, honey. It's like, goodbye.
yeah.
Yeah. We've all met one of those before, haven't we?
Oh yes, we didn't even make. I didn't even make it to the food. I was out before the food even. I was like, nope, I can't do this. I cannot do this. And one of the calls was from his mother. And when I heard the way he was talking to his mom, I knew he was not the one for me.
That's right. Goodbye.
Yeah. Well, Janelle, this has been so fun. I am so honored that you came on my show.
Of course. No, thank you.
It's been so fun. And I'm definitely going to send you those links.
Okay.
For the videos. And then I'll be on the lookout for your rescheduled show, because I would love to go, because I was so bummed I couldn't go tonight.
Oh, well, that works out. Then
so I would really love to come to one of your shows.
Well, also, every year I do a Christmas show in Lebanon.
That's right around the corner.
I know. So I do that on the square, and I do that every December, but this year we're doing November 20th. So go ahead and put that down. Go ahead and mark your calendar, because I usually have special guests, and it's full band, and it's all Christmas music. And I really put so much heart and soul into that show, because I love Christmas music. And yeah, so I'll be there, and I'm hoping to be also doing a Christmas show closer to my hometown this year too, because I haven't been there in forever. I haven't done a show there in a while too. So yeah, but those are the shows, and then everything else is out of town that I'm doing. So
here's your proof. It's in my calendar now.
Okay, great.
For November 20th. Do you do like meet and greets at your shows?
Oh yeah. I always hang out after the show. I always go out either just into the area, like the audience, the auditorium, or I go out to the lobby. Oh, always. So
Oh my
so I
gosh, I'll
need
have to
to
come
see
meet you at your show.
you.
It'll be so fun.
Yes, please, please
Yes.
come anytime. Always let me know if you're gonna be at any show so I can make sure to see you, okay?
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. And you take care and have the best rest of your day.
Thank you so much, Ryan. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay,
Okay,
bye.
bye.